Okay, Rachel. So how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, very good. Welcome back.
Good seeing you again. Thank
yes,
you.
good seeing you too. Really exciting, I think, to talk to you about your experiences in the previous episode. And so today we will talk about what you do as after taking that jump off the cliff.
Yes.
How has life been?
Oh my
And
goodness.
what is it? What has been your experience? Exciting, boring, interesting, whatever? Could you explain a little? I think a lot of us are working parents, working mothers.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us feel the guilt.
Yeah.
Especially when we don't talk to our children, we don't see them, and for several days.
Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of people would want to know about those blocks. If you could talk about one of those.
Yeah, this is like a whole deep pit like that I've gone through and I'm still going through. So I'm sure that there's a lot more to come out. So let me think of it as a simple one. What I'll start with is I'll start with the one that basically with the first one that I wrote a book on.
Right.
So what I realized is that me as a parent, I had changed my parenting styles from my parents. I'd adapted a little bit, but there were still things that I was doing in my parenting that there wasn't necessarily a reason why.
Okay.
It was because maybe my parents had done it that way, or other people outside had expected. It's what other people expect. You think other people expect of you, and that's how you end up parenting sometimes.
Exactly. Yes.
Maybe the mother, maybe the mother-in-law, maybe the other mother who looks at you being like, "Why are you letting your child scream like that in the supermarket?"
Yes.
And you're like, "Oh gosh, well, here, have the candy."
True.
No, So these are the things that are in the back of the mind.
Mm.
So the one that I realized was the feeling of I can't do something.
Right.
I had always looked at other people's opinions of me to what I was capable of doing. So I was taming who I was, and I was tailoring who I was based on what feedback from other people rather than being who I was.
Mm.
And what that had caused is a feeling of I can't do something because maybe too many people told me I can't do it.
Right.
And I saw this in my daughter. My 5-year-old daughter at the time was always saying, I can't do that. I can't do this. Because she felt she had to be perfect right away.
Right.
And in that feeling of needing to be perfect, she was so afraid of not accomplishing perfection that she just couldn't do it and she just gave up. And I think that's a lot of us people experience. I know I did it. We experience that in our life. Is we feel that, well, I could try that, but if I fail, if I embarrass myself, if I make myself look like an idiot, or what is that person that I kind of like is like looks at me like, yeah, no, not happening.
True.
I'm just not going to do it.
Mm.
And so I realized this was happening in my children, and we came up with this crazy little character. So I wanted to encourage my daughter to do something.
Right.
I said, no, it's not you, don't you? And she had this look of relief and shock on her face. I'm like, oh, I'm something. Let's
talk
keep
about
going
it.
here. Let's go. And so I, used the whole concept of removing her actions and her feelings from herself. And this is a concept, even Eckhart Tolle uses in the Power of Now. It's like having that separation as well. And that's the way I'm put it slightly different than we did, but this is the way that I look at it.
Right.
And so I let her know, I'm like, it's not you. You know that, right? So there's this little guy on your shoulder telling you what to do. And so she felt, and I could tell on her face that she could
Relief.
Separate herself. It was a relief in like, really? It's not me. I'm not the bad person.
Right.
And so, but I told her, I said, but still, you're the only one who can do something about it. I can't do anything about it because it's on your shoulder.
Absolutely.
And
nice.
this created the idea of the Treexstirs.
Okay.
So the Treexstirs are these little characters.
Right.
They're from nature.
Okay.
They're around since the beginning of time.
Right.
And basically that's what they do, is they go around and they tell you things that are not right.
Those little voices.
Those little voices in your ear. They tell you things that aren't right because they want your power.
Right.
When you do what they tell you to do, they get your power and they use that for what they want to use it for.
Right.
And the only way to get rid of them is, well, everyone has a different way of getting rid of them, but is that person themselves has to take action. And then they don't get your power, you get your power back, and you take charge, and then you can do what you need to do.
Wow. It's as simple as that.
Well, I mean,
it sounds very simple. I'm
sounds
sure very
simple.
difficult to do because when
Yeah.
you have, when I was growing up, my mom said there are two characters sitting on your shoulders. So one tells you the good and the other tells you the bad. So when you instill values, right, and you want to stop your child from stealing, lying. So my mom always used to say you have two angels sitting, one's a good one, one's a bad one. The other one will tell you lie. This one say no, tell your mother the truth, and you must go with the good one because that's what you really are as a person, and you relate to that person. So I think we've heard about these stories. I think forever from the time we were growing up, and it's tough at the time because when there are two voices in your head telling you to do two different things, which is contradictory, which voice do you generally naturally listen to?
Exactly, and that's where you have to listen to your heart, and that's where you have to feel your body. And there is a good one as well. It's called the Treexstirs, but the Treexstirs is not introduced in the first book. It will come out in the second book.
All right.
So the Treexstirs plants the good ideas in your mind and reminds you of who you are on the inside.
So interesting.
So you have to feel your body in order to understand, because if you feel tense, if you feel, you know how it is when you feel pain or anger, I'd say anger. So if you're angry, you feel like a fire inside. You feel like this tense situation. You feel your muscles tense up. You feel, when I was younger, I would explode. Like, anger for me was a problem.
My son's like that. You ask him a question and he just yells and shouts, and I always tell him, I said, everything that you reply to, you're just shouting. You've forgotten how to talk naturally, just normal conversation. So I think your children go through that.
They go through that, and
all the time.
And what it is, it's having them. The first step is having the children calm down, because that's what all of us need to do as adults as well. It's taking that breath, and there is a count, so it's 6 deep breaths.
Is it 6?
6 deep breaths.
Okay.
And that calms the body down enough so that you can connect to what it is you need to connect to. Right. So one of the reasons why children and adults feel anger is that loss of control.
Right.
And that's one of the main reasons, the loss of control, the loss of something. And being able to take those 6 breaths allows people to gain that control and then either express what it is that they need or try to listen to what the other person is.
So breath is good, because I think when I was growing up, somebody told me count backwards from 10 to 1. But often when you're angry, you're not in the mood to count, right? I think breathing is easier, because if you're angry, you say, okay, let me breathe and let me relax. I think at that point of time, if somebody says, start counting from 10 to 1, you'll say, no, not required. I'm not interested in doing it. So I think 6, I think that's a very good tip for our viewers. I think 6 deep breaths. For you to take when you're angry and when you need to calm yourself or your family or your spouse down, right? To be able to relate to them.
And it's not easy. Like, my little daughter, she's 6 now, and I'm like, okay, take 6 deep breaths. She wouldn't do it at first, and then she ended up doing it spitting. I'm like, that's fine. Get it out, spit it out. She's taking a breath in, she's getting it out. That's fine, it works.
It's too young.
And so in that calm down, I actually think I did get that one on film at some point. I may have to pull that out.
Right.
But it's not easy when it's so powerful. It overtakes, and I felt that when I was a child. It overtakes every aspect that you have, and it's like going back to jumping off that cliff.
Right.
You have to find that one little spark of power inside, that one little thought, and that's where that Treexstirs comes in. They open up that light, and they're like, here it is. You've got to grab onto it.
Right.
You've got to make that action.
Okay, so let's have a look at the 6 deep breaths that you are talking about. Could you show us?
Yes,
do we sit? Do we stand?
It's more about just taking it in, so it's like that airflow.
Right.
And this is why, meditation, a lot of people do meditation. It also helps, like, in yoga, in mindfulness. So there are a lot of these different concepts that bring it in. But and I say to start, when it comes to kids, it doesn't matter how they do it, just have them start. But ideally, the whole process is making sure that your whole body is engaged, and breathing in through the nose is good. So, and then, and if you can get them to close your eyes,
so relaxing, yes.
Yeah, and if you can get them to close your eyes, that makes a difference too. So.
It really gives you such a calming effect. I think even to the person who's watching you do it. And thank you for watching. If you like the video, hit the subscribe button below. Don't forget to hit the button and continue watching. More to come in our next episodes. Thank you so much.